Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, as you know, we have a massive match against Stoke on Saturday afternoon. It's huge. I'm really excited about it. Let's find out exactly how we're feeling about the game. I've been joined by Charlie, the Hurricane Skinner from the Mail Online. Charlie, feeling good about a trip back up to the Britannia?
Yeah, I am actually. I think after the Kiev game, feeling a lot more kind of buoyant about Chelsea, a lot more sort of confident about the club. Obviously, if we do lose, then it's back to square one. And this is, at the minute, constantly might have a good performance midweek, and then completely back to square one.
However,
afterwards.
if we win, if you go to the Britannia, it's a late game on Saturday. If you get a win there, not an easy place to win.
No.
If we do go there, having been knocked out of the Carling Cup, to go Saturday evening and win, having won in the week against Kiev,
it's huge.
It's huge,
It's absolutely huge. Suddenly, Chelsea probably a few places more at the table. The focus will...
Two wins on the spin.
There'll certainly be a big away support, chanting for Jose Mourinho.
The man who's banned. How do you feel about that?
The man who's banned. Doesn't matter what I feel about it.
What sort of an impact do you think it will have not having our manager available?
Mourinho is very used to being banned. I'm sure he's got. He's been working with them on the training pitch this week. It will be interesting. He actually spoke today about this, Mourinho, talking about how he actually thinks it will be a lift to the team. But he said, it's important they understand why he's been banned, and it's important that they kind of go on lockdown mode. Their manager's not there. He's actually in a stadium ban, not just for the dugouts.
That's the impact that it should have.
Yes,
it should have a
galvanising
the world.
effect.
Yeah, completely. The world is against us. They've banned our manager unfairly, in my opinion at least. They've banned our manager unfairly. We're gonna show them. That's the impact that it should have.
That's what Mourinho's trying to get across.
The fear is that if things start going badly, you haven't got a Mourinho there to put it right with a genius substitution.
Well, look, frankly, I think some of Mourinho's substitutions this season have been a little dodgy, but, this is not a guy that leaves anything to chance. He will prepare for every single scenario possible. It's not like you're going in there blind.
So what, you think they'll know if the score is this at this moment, this is what happens?
This is Mourinho's bread and butter. Mourinho prepares for every eventuality. Mourinho actually practices playing with 9 men in case that happens. Mourinho practices outfield players going in goal in case that happens.
That's fascinating. I find all this so interesting. If I could live a dream, it would be to go to a training session like that.
Yeah. Well, we used to, didn't we? We used to be able to.
I know.
We used to be able to go to Harlington.
I know. It's such
every birthday.
Do you know what I like? I've seen a thing where apparently you get it all secondhand, but I really like this. What they do, they play a game. And say they're playing against the youth, and Mourinho will just so they all line up. Mourinho will stop and say, so he'll say, the ball is here now. If he does this, where should you be? Yeah. And then he'll take the ball, and then he'll put the ball somewhere else on the pitch. The ball is here, where should you be? When the ball's here, where should you be? I think it's really interesting, isn't it? So it means that the player lining up knows that if the ball is with their left back, he knows that he should be standing alongside his centre half, 20 yards from goal or whatever. Yeah. It's fascinating.
It is, and
it's a science, isn't it? It really is. It's a science more than
totally. I mean, Mourinho is not one of these. Is not a manager that had a 25-year playing career at the top level. Obviously, he has studied. He studied the game. He studied under people like Bobby Robson. Yeah. He's kind of the first one, really, the first sort of textbook manager. And you're right, it is a science. And look, make no mistake, he will have been preparing double. He'll be preparing overtime for not being there on Saturday.
So
I think he's still going to travel up with the team.
Right.
Maybe
he'll
Saturday.
go shopping.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to do a fan cam with Sophie afterwards.
It'll be me. It's actually me doing it. It's actually me. I'm going to apologise in advance. You're lumbered with a far less beautiful, less glamorous host for the fan cams. So if you're going to the Britannia, please come and see me and have a chat with me, because it's going to be me doing it. I'm rubbish. Yeah. So come and make my life slightly easier.
I've just heard Jose's binned it off, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We should have a brief chat about Stoke, who I think are a really good team.
Yep.
The man that I'd like to talk about is a player I rate very highly. His name's Charlie Adam. I think he's a really good player. I know he's got a mildly hateful character.
That tackle, was ridiculous last week.
I had a very good moment with him at that game, though.
Did you?
When he was taking a free kick right in front of the away end, a lot of the fans were chanting at him, making reference to his weight, by BMI. And as we made the reference, he sort of looked over. A lot of players, there's no interaction. Yeah. Adam dealt with it really well. It was interesting, and it was credit to Charlie Adam. He dealt with it really well. He kind of like pointed back at a slightly more rotund Chelsea fan and was like, "Who are you calling fat?"
I've never seen those in the away end.
No, it was good. But he's a very good player. We need to look after him. Make sure he doesn't shoot from the halfway line.
You know, Mark Hughes has done fantastic things at Stoke. They didn't have the best start in the league this season, but they had a real influx of new players, lots of kind of really talented foreign players, and he's just been trying to get it to gel, and it looks like it is. But, you know, we're certainly going to have to be careful of their physicality. I'd be surprised if Chelsea don't try and match that with some of our kind of bigger players.
So somebody like Mikel could play.
Mikel, Matic, so those type of players. You know, I thought they were really heavy-handed, you know, against Chelsea in midweek last week. They're obviously going to be looking to do the same again because they know it can roil players like Diego Costa. Yeah. Chelsea have to be prepared for that. Cool. Chelsea also have to be on the watch out for their you know, very, very talented players like Bojan and Shaqiri. You know, this is what the Premier League is now because of the TV money. Players like Shaqiri are snubbing Inter Milan and they're going to Stoke. Yeah. You know, and
so it's essential going into this game that we pick the correct team, wouldn't you say?
100%.
Right. Make sure that you join us for part 2 where we will pick our team for this game.